Phoenix Splash TV. Man, sure has been a while since my last Shenmue video, hasn't it? Since I went over the debate of Shenmue 1 vs Shenmue 2, people were divided and angry. I mean, just look at this comment. Seems nice, right? Then he sent me a death threat. Hidden aggressions everywhere. I'm only kidding. But with all of my Shenmue theories, one might wonder, is that all he has? Is there no more Shenmue theories? And the answer is no. There's still some I have left to discover, and there's still ones on the back burner. So which one will be today? I still have this one. But there's some secrets of Shenmue that should remain secret. And then there's this one, a medical analysis on Chai. He's definitely got some problems. But I think today I'm going to take it a bit easy and just tell you how I got into Shenmue. After reading other people's stories, I realized that mine is entirely different than most people's. So why not share it? Now, when I first saw Shenmue, I was about 7 years old, watching my oldest brother play through the game. It was pretty much like watching a movie of a real-life person. I remember how excited we were watching that opening cinematic. Experiencing Shenmue at that age was something magical because I didn't notice the bad voice acting. The game seemed perfect to me. Whenever my oldest brother played RPGs, he would always save a file that was meant for screwing around. Games like Mario RPG and The Legend of Zelda were some examples. So whenever I played a game at that age, it would just be screwing around on a file. When he finished Shenmue, he made a save file for just wasting time, and another one at the Mortal Cycle stage, where you rescue Nozomi. Unlike Mario RPG and the Ocarina of Time, Shenmue was meant to be totally immersive in its open world. Now don't get me wrong, Zelda and Mario have tons of things in their respective worlds, but those games revolve around progressing ahead. Shenmue was about as immersive as you can get, so for many of my years, that's what playing Shenmue was like. There were times when I would actually start a file in Shenmue and only go so far, and then I would just mess around in Dobuita. Shenmue 2 came along and it was sort of the same thing. My brother would beat it and save it on the cool parts, so him or me could replay those awesome parts, or just mess around in one's eye. We even printed out this walkthrough which had all of the extra stuff that you can do and where you can do them. It was like a big amusement park. I didn't beat Shenmue until my senior year of high school, which is kind of crazy because even before then, it was still my favorite game. Right after I beat Shenmue 1, I beat Shenmue 2. It was pretty cool. I already knew how to get around in Shenmue, and now there was suddenly this awesome story that went along with the universe I was already used to. Even though I'd already seen the story played, it was still cool to experience it firsthand. Ever since high school, I played Shenmue just about every year during Christmas time. It's kind of my tradition I have going on. I'm a bit too good at the mini-games. I've collected all of the mini-arcades and most of the certificates. Outrun, Space Harrier, and Hang On are all doable, but freaking Afterburner 2. That mini-game is the only thing between me and the perfect playthrough of Shenmue 2. Now, when I play Shenmue, it's all about doing everything I can in the game, and even though I've beaten it a dozen times now, I still get a different experience and hear someone say something different that I've never heard before. Now, how has Shenmue inspired my life? I've kept a journal of my everyday life since I was in middle school, and oftentimes I credit Shenmue for the reason. Even though my journal isn't usually a to-do list, I often put important dates and stuff that I have to do in them. It's kind of crazy reading through these old journals and seeing Shenmue pop up here and there. Even back then, I was pretty passionate about it. Of course, now my journal is typed, so finding Shenmue is much easier. Also, the voodoo from Shenmue 2 is pretty influential to my life. Instead of martial arts though, I apply it to my music practice and it works pretty well. It would probably work well with any skill or art actually. The most useful one is G, judge yourself without conceit and do not show moves thoughtlessly. I make it a mission to myself never to put myself over anyone I meet. In the music world, there are so many egos that exist, and oftentimes you'll find people convincing themselves and convincing other people that they are the better musician than you. These same musicians tend to show off at fast tempos whenever a pretty girl shows up, and then they make mistakes. Every time I see that, I just think of the Voodoo G, because that's G to a T. If you're a musician or any artist and you feel intimidated by someone, just learn from them and then go to the practice room. You'd be surprised how much better you can make yourself by befriending people that you're intimidated by rather than making excuses for yourself. That's the power of G. Well, that's how I got into Shenmue. How did you get into Shenmue? Leave that in the comments below. And for those of you who are already subscribed, make sure you still are. Some subscribers have told me that they've gone to my page and it said that they weren't subscribed anymore and that they had to resubscribe. Probably a glitch or something, or people are just mistaking my channel for the Fine Bros. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, and all that awesome stuff. This is Game Analyzer, signing off.